Hola Wizzy Wizards, and welcome back to the pursuit of happiness with me, Pigtail Girl. I had to get on here. It's been a while because I've been so busy. I'm even a little out of breath now because I'm just always rushing around doing so many things. So please excuse me. Very, very busy times. Of course, saving the world plus running my family takes a lot of energy. And studying and doing all my work, etc, etc. But I wanted to touch base with you guys today because I've got a feeling tomorrow is going to have some interesting things happening. I'm getting a little bit of a clue, as they would say in South Park, in the direction of Thursday being quite significant. And we've had quite a few dedicated timeline edits going on. So what that means is something very precise is being edited, and you will notice a lot of funny things going on right now. And I just want to start off by saying that the OWOL group mission has been fully successful in phase 1, and we now have a functioning force field on planet Earth that's keeping out this DMA energy. And that energy now, that source of energy, has been switched off to recap, the dark magi at the very top of the pyramid, the ones that only very few people know about. But of course, Starfire Sice saw them, and I guess many of us have sort of empathically or intuitively felt their presence. Of course, people give these entities the name devil, Satan, and we have the Abrahamic terminology that a lot of people place on these energetics, but it's basically an old magical energy that's been feeding into this group of minions for quite some millennia, shall we say, thousands of years. And so my hands are a bit cold. It's getting very chilly here. And so this energetic that these at the top of this occult pyramid have been feeding from has been successfully switched off via this force field that the OWOL group have put in place. So of course, for a lot of people, they will have no idea that this has happened, and they wouldn't even understand, if you tried to tell them. But what this means is that this pyramid, where the energy was coming in, it's not coming in anymore. And that thing at the top that was giving energy to all this thing below it, it's sort of been rendered useless and benign, basically. Is that the correct word? So this is really good news, and why these OWOL missions being so important with what we're doing. And don't forget, we've still got to do phase 2 to even strengthen it further, which will involve a lot of music. So if you love music, come and join the group. You can still find it in the description box. It's not too late to get involved. We're hanging out where all the wizards are at, right? Wizards coming together to do wizardy things. We become the warriors of light. Yeah, that's where we're at, over there on Facebook. Yeah, we're in the belly of the beast. So do come over and help us, because it's being very successful. So what you're going to see, and what you are seeing since it was solidified in place on Halloween, on the 31st to the 1st of November is when it went fully live and operational. You will see since then, you're going to have seen a trickle effect of a lot of funny little things going on. And masks dropping, Nancy Pants, Belusi, right? What was going on there with Barlu Belusi? With her on the 6th of November press conference. I mean, what even was that? And remember, a long time back, I was talking about the other mission we were trying to do, but actually that mission we could only semi-do it because we didn't get enough people. But again, it was fine because it was a gateway to this current mission that we have been able to do. We never give up, never give in. We just change our course. If we couldn't gather the people, then we try to find something we can do that doesn't involve that many people. And the path reveals itself on the way. But what was going on there with Nancy P? It looks like, the masks are coming back. We said to you about, that's what I was going to say, sorry, it was said to They Live goggles. That was our last mission. We were trying to give everyone the They Live goggles, and we were trying to do it in a certain way. Well, this force field is going to will be achieving that, but in a, we had the need for a lot less warriors of light to take part in it, which was why it was so valuable. So I really want to reiterate that something fantastic has happened, and you will start to see the fruits of it. I know things are looking pretty grim right now, but you have to hold the line and stay strong. And don't start turning to, you know, people when they're in states of fear, they go into all of these stuff now. People are calling in Jesus, they're going to rely on him. Or, you know, they start clinging to Archangel Michael or something, again, external over there, instead of realizing that they can be a part. They are the hero. They are the ones they were waiting for. You have all the power. You just have to realize it and accept it, right? To accept your own powers, have confidence in it, and to grow it, and to nurture it within yourself, yeah? And to know that you have it and that you can command it. And the more you live an immaculate life of doing only good wherever you can, the more you will feel the confidence and the ability to wield those creative energies that will want to work with you when you are in that state of immaculate living, which, if you go back in some of my later videos, much later than this, you will hear me talk about the immaculate path of the wizard or warrior of light and what that entails. It entails immaculate living. Have a think what that would mean to you, to live immaculately, to try not to err in your behavior, in your ways. The more you master self on the correct path, the more you can access those creative forces, the more the gate opens little by little to you, right, to access it. So the more you have confidence in it, the more you do the right thing, the more you'll see your own power grow, right? If we get rid of all those, I'm a victim, I'm an aggressor, oh poor me, I'm hopeless, it's all helpless, what can I do? Oh, that person over there will save me. All of these are so disempowering for your potency. It's disempowering for you as a being, all these states of consciousness that we can go into. Right, my dears? But the good news is the force field is there. You're going to see a lot of things cascading now as the tap has been switched off at the top of the pyramid. And so just have a think what that might look like if Darth Vader suddenly couldn't access the dark side of the force anymore, but the Jedi Knights still had their access. Right? You could maybe picture it a bit like that, as to understand what we've been doing with that force field right there over on that OWOL group, right? And we're seeing the rise of the Raw coming up. And so there is some good news. There are good things coming, and I think tomorrow is going to be quite significant in that, because I've been getting this judgment rejuvenation card of having to face facts and see the truths, and having to go into right action, and having some judgment next to the King of Swords for us. I keep seeing that. And then reversed for Buden, he was getting the judgment card reversed and the King of Swords reversed. Even though I shuffle it and I change it all around, he was getting the same cards that I pulled for us in reverse. So there's a deep connection, whatever's happening between him and what he represents and us. So I imagine that's what we're going to see tomorrow. It's going to be something, you know, King of Swords judgment, something legal, looking into crimes, things that people need to be held accountable for. Can be legal documents to do with authority, or someone who was an authority in something, having to tell the truth. It can mean many things, and I guess we'll see tomorrow playing out what those cards were talking about. So that's kind of interesting. And something else I wanted to say while I've got you here on this weird, stormy, spooky day in Barcelona is a while back. Now, I did a video on the end of Kali Yuga, possibly ending in 2025. And if you look back, it's actually one of my still most played videos and it's been going up recently. Now, in the Vedic scriptures, there is a passage that's from Krishna, I believe, and he is preparing to leave the world because Kali Yuga is beginning. So this is about 5,000 something years ago, and it's when the aliens, excuse me, it's when these alien gods decided to go to their Goleka, their abode in the sky, their mothership, and leave us to the Kali Yuga. They were like, fuck this shit, we're off. But here, we'll give you some nice rules to live by, guys. Good luck. Like, seriously. This is how I see it. Correct me if I'm wrong, alien brethren. Come down here and correct me if I'm wrong, that you just all left off and left us all for Kali Yuga. But anyway, that's beyond the point. That's where all the gods effed off to, right? Kali Yuga, about 5,000 years ago, they say, began. Now, in this part of the text that I do not remember the exact part. I'm sorry, you'll have to look it up. Krishna talks about a 10,000 year golden age that could just appear in about 5,000 years in from the beginning of Kali Yuga, and just appear within Kali Yuga, which is actually supposed to last a very, very long time. The Yugas last, I think, is it 144,000 years Kali Yuga? Maybe I'm off here, please. I do not remember those facts and figures, but it's very long, and the Golden Age is the longest era, I believe, and it can go up to millions of years per Yuga, right? So this is where we start getting this idea of the Golden Age, of jumping in a never tried before experiment, as the New Agers would say, from the Kali Yuga, the Dark Age, into a Golden Age. Actually comes from the Hindu text. Okay, and I don't know if there were other texts that have this story within it. I'm just talking about the one that I've seen with my own two eyes, and I've already made a video on that you can look up. If you look up end of Kali Yuga, you can see the article I'm talking about, and you can go and follow the link. So then I was thinking the other day, it's funny that 2025 from now is 4 years, right? We could spontaneously go into a golden age. And then I just think about the OWOL work we've just done of reactivating the force field of the Earth to keep out this DMA influence, this dark energy influence, an influence that we've been under for quite some time. Then I was thinking, well, it's funny timing, because like we've just done that and I can already see the effects of it, and I absolutely believe in my WOLs over there to get this done. We've done many a mission together, and we've been highly successful when we had the numbers for what we needed to do. We got it done, right? The only time we didn't manage to do what we wanted was because we didn't get the numbers. That was all. We had to have numbers or it was forget it. And in those days it was hard because the old censor of Shipperuni was all coming out, right? And everyone was losing everything and couldn't find anyone anymore. So it was a bit Pete Tong, as we say. And so I'm thinking though, a golden age of mankind that we could suddenly mysteriously just hop into if we chose. And this is interesting, is that it was a choice. It wasn't a given. Krishna didn't say it was an absolute given that it was definitely going to happen. He was saying that in the timeline he was looking at, there was a possibility that sometime in man's future, as they're going into Kali Yuga, that for some reason they could jump into, I believe it says a 10,000 year golden age in the middle of it, for no reason at all, other than that they had taken righteous actions for some reason and managed to manifest it for themselves, perhaps to get out of a dire situation, such as, earth-ending events might suddenly make mankind want to get their act together, right, and do something. And a force field obviously takes a while to work, and you still got all the bog in here that has to be cleaned out, right, all that leftover energetic that has to be cleared, and then there's just no new DMA coming in. Then that's going to, by 2025 I start to think, wow, that could be what triggered this leap into a golden age. The fact that people turned up and bothered to reactivate this shield. And once we start putting all the music into it in the next phase 2 over there, our numbers are going to grow, and it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and soon many humans. And by 2025, if people turned up and really put their energy into this removing of the evil on this planet, by then, maybe we can jump into that golden age. So, yeah, I guess I've been having these thoughts running through my mind recently, because also in these Vedic texts, they don't talk about jumping to another dimension. The yugas are not about, it's not a dimensional shift. It's a shift of the ages. So it doesn't mean that frequency doesn't shift, but you don't have to leave this realm to get there. All of these ages occur right here in the third dimension, right? They all occur right here. There's no going to another place to get there. It happens here and now, and it happens through our choices and our actions. That's what it says. So there's some thoughts for you if you're in the OWOL group, to have a little think and maybe have a little, yeah, I turned up and I did that moment for yourselves, because I guess I've been having a little moment like that to myself, especially when I see Nancy Bot breaking down on her TV. It makes me really happy that I turned up and showed up for that. So anyway, I want to pull a card on this I'm just going to pull a rando card. I'm just going to see what I feel. Oh, this is the card I keep getting. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. That was the first card I pulled. Look, rejuvenation. This is an agreement that we turned up, and now we have changed. We've changed the course of the flow of time, man. We're bringing in that rejuvenation, that golden age that they spoke about in the Hindu text. I believe that this is it, man. This is it. This is how we trigger it. This is really how we trigger it. It's not listening to channelers channeling ascended masters. It's not praying to Archangel Michael. It's not reading your Bible and praying to Jesus. It's turning up to the OWOL group, getting in there and doing the work. That's how we're bringing this. So we got the rejuvenation card right there. That is such a confirmation, guys. Such a confirmation. So anyway, I'm going to just leave it there because I felt like the cards said everything they needed to say. They are in agreement. And yay, onwards and upwards. I really wanted to put this out, not to blow my own trumpet in any way. This is not I'm blowing my own trumpet. This is I'm blowing your trumpet, guys. This is you guys showed up for the mission. And it just took a handful of us to believe that we could do this. And just have a think how amazingly powerful this mission seems to have been that we've just accomplished, right? Mind-blowing. Think about if 1 million people get together to do that. 2 million people get together to do that. And it doesn't even seem that far-fetched to reach it with TikTok stuff and things going viral these days. If people really want to turn up and do the work, they can find it. And they can join in, and you can share stuff and get things going on Telegram these days. It can be very quickly, 10 people, 10 people, 10 people. You've got 1 million people, and blam, you're in a golden age. And we didn't need to wait around for anyone else to do it for us. Maybe only 3,000 humans need apply, you know what I mean? Right, guys, this is an uplifting message to empower you. Honestly, I'm just sitting here, guys, with my mind blown. Anyway, I will love you and leave you and see you on the next episode of The Pursuit of Happiness. One love.